Scano, Sago, and Hello Six Nations members. Today, myself and the rest of the elected council were notified that a number of staff of the Six Nations Fire and Emergency Services have been placed into isolation. This is a result of an exposure yesterday to a person under investigation for COVID-19. 18 total staff of the Fire and Emergency Services are currently in isolation. This includes the fire chief, members of support staff, and 2 full-time platoons of firefighters, as well as 8 support staff and firefighters that are at home in isolation. 10 firefighters are currently in isolation at fire station number 1, but will be moving to an alternative isolation location. This controlled movement of the isolated firefighters to another location will allow the cleaning and prep of fire station number 1 to be reopened as soon as possible. It is important to note that emergency services in Six Nations have been impacted, but service will continue to be provided to our community. Our remaining full-time and volunteer firefighters who are not in isolation are currently working out of fire station number 5. In addition to this, our neighboring fire service will be responding to assist if needed. It must be clearly understood, the remaining non-isolated firefighters who will be responding to emergencies in our community pose no risk to the public. I would like to thank the brave men and women of our frontline staff, including our emergency services, for continuing to provide service without hesitation during these challenging and difficult times. Oswego Public Health have been involved with the situation since it first came to light. Right now, these isolation measures are occurring based upon advice from Public Health out of an abundance of caution. Public Health immediately began tracing potential contacts as soon as they became aware of the situation and are currently awaiting test results. If negative, the affected firefighters will return to work. If positive, they will continue self-isolation for the next 14 days and monitor themselves for any symptoms. The Six Nations Emergency Control Group is aware of the situation and have been proactively reviewing contingency plans for these types of scenarios should they occur. But the best proactive measure that anyone can do in our community is to help each other. More now than ever, we need the assistance of our community. This situation underlines the level of seriousness that is required. We need everyone in Six Nations to take the COVID-19 situation seriously and follow the recommended social distancing guidelines. This means making changes in your everyday routines in order to minimize close contact with others, including avoiding crowded places and non-essential gatherings, avoiding common greetings such as handshakes, limiting contact with people at a higher risk, keeping a distance of at least 2 arms lengths from others as much as possible, and also to remember to wash your hands often with soap and warm water for at least 20 seconds and avoid touching your face, cough or sneeze into the bend of your arm, avoid touching surfaces people often touch, and if you're concerned you may have symptoms of COVID-19, separate yourself from others as soon as you experience symptoms. If you are outside your home when a symptom develops, go home immediately, self-isolate, and call Public Health. Six Nations is currently training nurses to staff a Six Nations specific call center, which we hope to have operational this week. Until our call center goes live, in Six Nations you can call Oswego Public Health at 519-445-2672. After hours and on weekends, you can call 519-751-5818. I assure you, our team is working diligently, and we want to make sure that our community knows what work that we've been up to. Part of that work includes food and supply supports, which more information will be released as soon as possible. Six Nations is currently exhausting every communication outlet to make sure we are keeping all of our members informed. So we ask that you please continue to visit www.sixnationscovid19.com or our Facebook and Twitter pages at Six Nations of the Grand River and Six Nations COVID-19 updates. We will also be distributing a newsletter information package to every household in the coming days. Please also tune in to our local radio stations, Jacasa Radio as well as CKRZ, for more information and updates. Moving forward, we will be providing daily updates, which will be showcased on our COVID-19 website and social media platforms. Please be sure to keep yourself informed and up to date on the latest news. Thank you, and Yawa.